And stylish roofs, we have American-made roofing shingles. For your added security, solar outdoor lighting and high-quality CCTV cameras and monitors. We offer special rates for contractors. Enhance your home or building with top-quality products at great prices from Building Material Depot at Lot 8 Industrial Site, Ramville. Telephone 231-8344.
Distributed by Mark's Pharmacy and available at all leading pharmacies countrywide.
Welcome back, NCN Sports Magazine. We're talking Guyana's football, a view from the other side. Jamal Shabazz, flown in specially from the Twin Island Republic, will be a part of the program. Former coach of Golden Jaguars, Mr. Mark Phillips, president of Beacon, former vice president of Georgetown Football Association. Before we go across to Mr. Shabazz, let me just let you know that there's a test match going on, England versus India, the third test in Southampton, England. At the end of day 4, England 569 for 7 declared. India replied with 330. England in their second innings declaring again, 205 for 4 declared. Alistair Cook, the captain, returned to form. In the first innings, I think he made a 95, 70 not out. India 112 for 4. They need to get 333 runs more with 6 wickets remaining. So it seems as if England are going to take this one. Digital Schools Football, extension or redemption. Third place playoff and final set for this Sunday, August 3rd at the National Stadium, Providence. Third place playoff, Bushlock Secondary versus BV Secondary. That's better for Wacken at 4 p.m. or 16 hours. And then the final at 18 hours or 6 p.m. Christianborg Wisma Secondary versus Ramadan Secondary. Admission free. Lima Call CPL 2014 action resumes tomorrow with 2 matches, 15 hours or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Jamaica Talawas versus Antigua Hawkwills. And then at 20 hours or 8 p.m., St. Lucia Zooks versus Barbados Tridents. All right, so we dealt with the foreign-based players issues and so forth and so on. Now it's time for some money talk. Mr. Matthias did say in the program too, we don't want to play all the clips, but he did say that the GFF should collect at least 100 million Guyana dollars from the FIFA proceeds from the World Cup football. It might be more. He said by the end of this month. He said one of the things that they're going to do with the money is to pay the players that they owe, Golden Jaguars players and so forth. I called him today. The money had not arrived as yet, he said, but he said, yes, he's standing to his word. As soon as the money's here, one of the first things he's going to do is to pay the players. Now, Mr. Shabazz, former coach, the GFF owes you?
No.
Oh.
When I left some monies there, right, for the development.
Oh, the game.
Yes. 2 months salary.
Ah, wonderful. Wonderful.
Let Mr. Matthias come and say otherwise. Let Mr. Franz come and say otherwise.
All right. So tell us about the money and the football and how they generate the money.
I think we got to understand one of the problems in Caribbean football is Jack Warner left the Caribbean football without a pathway forward how to find funding. Even in Guyana, he would have had his experience in business, Kashif and Shanghai in promotions, hits and jams. Very few people understands how to generate funding in sport, right? Now, football, the thing that generates your funding is your senior national team. In modern time, you have to play on all the FIFA dates. Because when you play here, right, the people will come and pay. People will pay for the TV rights. Okay? This is how we get in money to run the program when we qualify out of the first group. Okay? We negotiate TV rights. If your senior national team not playing, you don't stand a chance to make any money, and then you have to sit down and depend on handouts from FIFA. Right? Our people, as indentured laborers and slaves who make that journey, we find a way to exist in the Caribbean. and we make our own societies. Why must we sit down and wait on the European people for a handout when we could get up, okay, and do things to ourselves? And FIFA now have a saying that if you do, FIFA does. So, but what are we doing here? So without your senior, we have Wayne Dover here, right? Wayne Dover easily is among the top 5 coaches in the Caribbean, locally bred in the Caribbean. But you know, men do not want to give him that recognition. Why is the national team not playing under Dover at this point? Forget Jamal Shabazz, right? This is how you generate funding, okay? And then you take back that same money now and put it in the regional association, the sub-association, and have your development program. So Mr. France will be happy instead of just sitting down there, right? And moaning. Now, Mr. France have good ideas, you know. But he does not have the ability to convince his superiors, which are the administrators, to go with his program. Whose fault is that?
All right, one quickly. Let me stick up here. You mentioned that when the senior team play, that they generate funds. Now, remember Guyana, they were supposed to play Mexico here at the National Stadium.
Yeah.
You were still the coach then, right?
Yes.
You were still the coach. And then Mr. Adonis, who was the general secretary, and Mr. Frankie Wilson, the acting president, did say at a press conference that they were moving the match because Guyana would gain economically from that thing and so forth. What,
Right. Let me tell you.
Far as you know.
I talking the truth.
You got to tell the truth
Right.
because that's why I brought you here.
I
That's why I brought
told
you
the
here.
truth. Right?
Yeah.
At my age,
Yeah.
all the brothers in Trinidad who grew up with me, they go on and meet the Lord. So if at 50 I can't talk the truth, then something wrong with me.
Let's hear.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
At some stage, Mexico offered for us to play the game in the United States, right? And it was a way that if we play the game, they would give, they started off with a figure of 500,000 US. I said to the GFF, listen, we cannot come out of the group. You need money to run the program after the World Cup qualifiers.
Which makes sense.
But the administrators were very tentative and conservative, and they dilly-dally, I'm not batting for them, right? This is not no paid political announcement for the last administration,
Go
right?
ahead, yeah.
So, by the time they decide, was about 3 weeks before the game, right? So the promoters, sponsors, they didn't generate the funding, okay, that they wanted to get for the game because Guyana was almost already out, right? So the kind of monies that was made, I don't know the exact figure, okay, but they didn't generate the funding. So the projected income, that didn't happen, okay? But the thinking behind it was a noble one. That look, the Mexican population that would come to the U.S. to pay to see the game, okay, the GFF would generate money to run the programs after the World Cup
But that's the
qualifier.
point I'm making. Now, Mr. Matthias have his own issues and so forth. But Mr. Frankie Wilson, as the acting president and whoever was the administrators at that time, owed the Guyanese public, right, a statement telling them, listen, this is what happened, and we didn't make any money, or we made X amount of money and so forth. That does not happen. We're talking about 2 years or
Bro,
so.
they should have asked me.
Yeah.
But how you, bro? They didn't ask me.
No.
Did you ask
No, they didn't
Mr.
ask
Wilson to come
me.
in any program to
Mr.
explain
Wilson,
that?
I asked Mr. Wilson at press conferences. I was at the press conference. Mr. Wilson said that they made a loss, but they were still doing their checks and balances.
Listen,
Right.
they didn't
So
make
that-
no money
so that was what I'm saying.
because
So I'm
they were too tentative. The time passed, and I saying therein lies how you make money in football. You generate a national team with your best players from all over the world, right? And you have some of your young ones in the team, and you play top oppositions who will beat you, but who the TV people will be interested in the game.
All right, we're going to look just now at the way forward, because there must be a way forward. What do you think should happen to bring football back at the level it was before you left, or even higher? Right?
Apart from getting a bull pistol for these men?
No, apart from that.
Oh,
apart
all right,
from that,
good.
Apart from that. Right?
Okay.
We're going to open
right,
the telephone lines, though.
All
We're going
right.
to open the telephone lines.
But you know where that bull
226
pistol?
Yeah.
Right,
226
good.
2691. Don't worry about that now.
All
Let's
right,
talk
good.
about the
All right.
the way forward. Put away the bull pistol.
Right, okay.
226 2691 225 8025. I know he's just from Eden, he's talking about bulls and all these things and so forth, but just 226 2691 225 8025. I told him, when I saw him in the lobby, right? I said, man, you show off a lot of weight and so forth. 30 days fasting, culminating in Eid al-Fitr and so forth. Refined, refreshed, revived. All right. 226 2691 225 8025. Let's see who is here. The phone lines are going already. Let's go. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Hello?
Yes, go ahead, sir. NCN Sports Magazine.
Good night to you, Edwin.
Yes, sir.
Now, Edwin, I have a contribution to make to this program.
Yes, go ahead.
But before I do, I want to say to you as a professional journalist that you should not encourage name on national television.
No, we're not talking them. They're making their issue. Somehow, they say, well, listen, we don't agree with this, we don't agree with that.
I mean, Jamal Shabazz believes he's this world-class professional coach. As a professional, you don't personalize no issue. Stick to the issue and stay away from personality.
All right, good. He mentioned it. Somebody said so. He's saying, well, listen, what Mr. X says is not correct.
I'm addressing you, Edwin, to say they should not encourage star name on national
television. No, this is not talk name. This is not talk name. This is not talk name. Talk name is done on secret.
So, Chief, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Chief, can I ask you a question?
We're speaking about development.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
He said we're going to come to that and see what's the way forward.
Let me hear you.
But go ahead.
These overseas players. Now, Edwin, what are these overseas players that people talking about done for Guyana football? Now, listen.
All right, go
They
ahead.
play for Guyana, and they said they cried Guyana so far, they cried that way. Where are they now? Where are they now? They ever play for any club in Ghana? They play for Alpha, they play for Jew, they play for Arsenal, they play for Barbies, they play. They ever do any football?
All right, sorry.
So let me ask him a
one
question. I want to
second.
ask
Before you respond, the point is you are on national television and you join in the talk name too because you're talking about the foreign players too.
I'm saying the professional players. I'm making a point here.
Yeah, but they were making a point too. Anyhow, we're gonna respond. We're gonna respond. Yeah, go ahead, sir. The foreign players.
I think that is what could I respond to, right? When a player earning his living playing football in England, okay, and he's born to Guyanese parentage, does that make him non-Guyanese? Is he not entitled? So can they vote? Right? So should they come back here and play for a club that cannot pay them? That is so backward in thinking. And I just call names because people is hide and pretend, but everybody knows me. I'm a Muslim. Allah said in the Quran, the people of Ad, the people of Tamud. He just call names.
Yeah, you call the names. Go ahead.
And I don't mean no disrespect.
No. You call a spade a spade. You're not hiding.
You see, men like to call a spade an agricultural instrument. Time for that, go on.
Yeah, I'll make a point. Let's go. What do you want to say?
I'm saying that there is need for development, but you don't knock out competition in place of development. If you have vision, you'll see two of them are brothers. Competition and development work hand in hand. Einstein.
Good. Let's see. Yeah, you want to make a point quickly?
What I would had realized, why, for me,
Yes.
I would never ever give up on football. Here why? If we go to a night spot and we sit down over 2 drinks and thing, and we don't talk football all the time. Not necessarily we don't talk about. And then I might see somebody might be eavesdropping, and the things that these people say, we just gotta say over and over. No, this is not how these things work. Most of these people who start, they don't have a clue about anything when it comes to football. Same thing, we got a friend who's come to, we lime together, he's come and start, he said, Granger said this, Ramatar said that, Jack Dio said that, and newspaper said that. I said, let me see if he could raise his 1,000 for one drink to Malta, something, because we don't know what's going on there. This young man the person who just called, to me like he don't have a clue what's going on in football. It don't work like that.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night, Edwin.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
You two guests.
Good night.
Good night.
I was the first caller that called at night. I don't know if you could
Yeah, I remember. Yes. Go ahead quickly.
ask Mrs.
Matthias?
Bias, right? I'm just a football fan. I'm just interested in seeing Ghana move forward, right? And how I can support Ghana football by going and see them, pay to go and see them play. For the past 2 years, Ghana haven't played a match, and that's what I asked.
Mr. Matthias, yes, I remember.
I asked him over 2 years, where are we going? We were about, when Mr. Jamal Shabazz was there, right? We were less than 90 something or so. Now we must be gone about 200 in the ranking. And we continue to go. But these guys are like, Josh, don't take things.
Yeah, let's go.
He can't talk about development. Where is the development? 2 years how can they assess, like I asked him, the national team played a match where we can assess, well, they develop or they're going forward or they gone 10 step backward. They're not doing nothing. And that night, like Mr. Shabbat, they just talk and talk stupidness. And they're not, these guys just want to talk because they're receiving a big salary to show that they're talking, and they're not doing nothing. And that is killing football to its grassroots way up to the national level. I'm grateful. I don't know Mr. Shabazz, so I never met him, but I'm thankful for him that he took Ghana to places. I'm proud when we beat Trinidad, right? I was very proud, right, that we beat Trinidad, and he beat his own people because he's a Trini. And
So he's not riding with a side straight. He didn't get a side straight.
no, but he did what nobody would do. And I'm grateful for these are things we want to see. We want to stop talk. And there's one, Matthias only this down there, he just wanted to draw a big salary and just to talk and do nothing.
All right, good. Thanks for coming through.
So this what I'm glad that Mr. Shabazz has come, and even he could come and take over. I'm pleading with him. If he can continue to come back and take over Ghana football as a coach, or whatever technical director,
All right, good. All right, thanks for coming through. So the way forward, man. What do you think should happen?
I think the leadership style
Style.
have got to be different, right? You see, we in the Caribbean stuck in that time with Eric Williams and Mr. Burnham and Mr. Jagan and Mr. Manley and them, right? That at that time, only a few people could go university in England and learn. So they would come back and be kings over the people. Now, everybody have a degree. Everybody have a perspective, an idea of how the thing should go. So the leaders now, their skill is not in leading, no. The skill is in management, in how they get people to work together. How could you eliminate a man like Odinga, the Kashif and Shanghai organization, a fan like Mark, right? Somebody like Mr. France, who have good insight for development. Somebody like Dover, right? So the leader have to find a way to get people to work together, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. This is what leadership is about, right? And if you are the leader and for 2 years all it have is infighting and no footballing playing, then you're not leading football. And this is why I say the way forward, okay, is to understand, listen, I am the leader for football. Let me bring the stakeholders. Let me discuss it. FIFA don't have to tell you that. I see Mr. Matthias come out and say that after FIFA, after it had a vote and no confidence. The Europeans don't have to tell we that. We live together here. We plant the cane. We mow the land, the Africans and the Indians and the Amerindian people. Nobody don't have to tell we how to live. So that in sports, we have to be killing one another.
So you say we should work together. That's one of the main things.
But the leader in particular had to have that drive to bring the people together. That is how we bring the people together. You feel we win that game? 10 times tomorrow we can't beat Trinidad. But the will of the people, the spirit of the people in the stands, and the people forcing the team on and forcing the team on, that was the 12th man. The leaders do that. And any leader who cannot bring the people together, because this was football. If football was tennis, Well, one man gotta go and think of chess. But football, even tennis, it is a doubles. Oh, shucks, man.
Let's see who else is here.
Let me go back and catch my
Good
flight,
evening.
yes?
Hello?
Let's see that. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
No, well, listen to that caller said with the overseas based player.
The caller.
When you look at Sarwin and Chanapal, Chanapal playing for Derbyshire and Sarwin playing for Leicestershire.
Wow.
Do they come back and play for DCC or GCC? They come back and play for Guyana.
They play for DCC and GC, and they play for Guyana too, yes.
But they come back and play for Guyana primarily.
Okay.
I'm saying that Guyana football to go back with it, we need the overseas based player. Then we develop our youth. We go ahead in a direction before I don't know what went wrong. We need to change the leadership. As Mr. Shabazz said, we need to work together. That's the only way we're going to survive.
All right, good. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for coming through. All right, let's just hold the line for a little while here. Let me tell you what is happening on a good note. We understand that the West Indies Cricket Board on the 15 tournament, the 50 over tournament in Jamaica, that is done and dusted this afternoon. And Guyana are the champions.
Wow.
Guyana are the champions. Yeah, they defeated the host, Jamaica, by 11 runs. So they won the title. Barbados defeated Trinidad. Trinidad was the only threat. Trinidad again, the only threat, but they were defeated by Barbados. The Windwards got the better of the Leewards. And John Ramsing, I must say congratulations to him and give him, his dues. John Ramsing, he works here, but he was the guy that, I asked for the information and so forth. I don't want to come here like a hypocrite and say, look, and everybody believe that Siraj got it. But he provided it. Let me tell you too quickly that Barbados versus the Leewards, we're talking on the 19th at Enmore. Leewards 240 for 6. Casey Carty 114 and Joshua Drakes for Barbados. 3 wickets for 66 runs. Windwards versus Jamaica at Providence. We're talking on the 19th. Windwards 252 all out. Roland Cato, the captain, 127, and the Jamaican captain 7 for 57. Romal Lewis, Jamaica the close 5 without loss. And what is happening with the Guyana-Trinidad match? Trinidad again, Guyana. At Border, Guyana 228 for 5. Tejan Roy Chanapal batted the entire day like his father, 79 not out. Shimron Hetimayo 63 and Samuel Ruknarine for Trinidad 2 for 44. Before we go to telephone lines, we have a little clip. I think Mr. Fazal Khan, right? Well, he too,
Passionate boy.
Yeah, passionate boy. And I said he wrote a letter. He's an agent, right?
Yeah.
He's an agent, and he's gone back to London.
That's Khan's son. You could say he's not Guyanese because he born in England.
But he's there right now. I thought he would have been here, but he said he had to travel urgently and so forth. It's a 7-minute clip. We can't play the entire thing, perhaps about 2-3 minutes at the top. So let's hear what he has to say.
Here from London, I'm able to contribute to the show. It's been well documented recently on seeing your interview with the current president of the Guyana Football Federation, Mr. Christopher Matthias. I, on behalf of a number of the stakeholders in Guyanese football, publicly requested for Mr. Matthias to publicly apologise for what we felt were disrespectful, offensive and untrue comments made about the Guyana national male and female football players. Unfortunately, Mr. Christopher Matthias has chosen not to acknowledge, respond, let alone apologise to our good national players, which leaves me with no choice but to address and correct these statements. Firstly, on your show a few weeks ago, Mr. Matthias highlighted his view that FIFA are looking for players to learn the lessons of life through football. Two key elements of that highlighted by Mr. Matthias were teamwork and respect. What we'd like to say to Mr. Matthias here is he needs to start practicing what he preaches. When it comes to teamwork, Mr. Matthias was appointed to lead an administration but 15 months ago in the GFF office. Today, unfortunately, the majority of those persons in his team have resigned or he's suspended. Where's the teamwork there, Mr. Matthias? Clearly, you're lacking some leadership skills there. You need to work on those. Secondly, talking about respect, the players, the national players, Mr. Matthias, are a major, major stakeholder in Guyanese football, and you've completely disrespected them. Point of the interview, Mr. Matthias highlighted what he felt has been missing from Guyanese football. He feels what is required now is vision, more quality coaches, more disciplined players, club structure, surfaces. What I would say to that is, where are the fruits of this labour? The vision and this plan that he talks about has never been communicated to the stakeholders, who I'm first and foremost a fan. The fans are a major, if not the most important ingredient to success in football. With no football being played, no national football being played in over 15 months now, Mr. Matthias, enough is enough. You need to communicate what this plan you are working on. You need to communicate it to all stakeholders, and you need to do that now. Thirdly,
All right, as I said, it's about 7 minutes now. We can't go into everything, but the people are calling through. Let's see. NCN Sports Magazine, good evening.
Sir, Edwin Siraj, Christopher Mark, Anthony Matthias. How are you doing?
Oh, not bad at all, sir. Not bad at all. Let's go.
Let me just say a very good evening to you two esteemed gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Good evening,
Mr.
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 Matthias.
Mark Phillips.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Go ahead.
To have had the privilege of requesting to be on your program and asking for you to be the moderator, because I think you're fair, intelligent, and a very correct person. I have no fear or favor with anyone.
Thank you.
I don't know what development means for Mr. Shabazz or Mr. Mark Phillips. But let me deal with Mr.